feel good is like if he plays in the East Side Golf Club, but he hasn't gotten any information.
I'd like to call the school board meeting for April 21, 2015 for the Des Moines Public Schools to order. Please take the roll.
Ms. Caldwell-Johnson, Mr. Howard,
Here.
Ms. Boson,
Here.
Mr. Barron,
Here.
Mr. Sweeney,
Here.
Mr. Blake, and Ms. Ellsburn.
The first item on our agenda is approval of the agenda. May I have a motion and a second to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Howard, second by Ms. Boson. Please vote. The vote is approved 4-0. Next item on our agenda is approval of the minutes. I may have a motion and a second to approve the minutes from April 7th, 2015.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Sweeney and a second by Ms. Boson. Please vote. The next item on the agenda, sorry. Did I call it?
District recognition.
Disagree.
Yeah. Do we have any district recognitions? Let the record say it took me 1 minute to screw up.
Good evening, Board. In many ways, 2015 is shaping up to be a banner year at Scavo High School. The school moved to its newly renovated home here at Central Campus back in January. The school is in the midst of bringing many services through community partners to meet the health and nutritional needs of our Scavo students. And the school marked its highest graduation rate since the current formula went into effect back in 2009. The good work underway at Scavo is not going unnoticed. As you know, a few months ago, it was announced that Des Moines Public Schools is home to the 2015 Iowa Teacher of the Year, Clemencia Spizzeri of Merrill Middle School. In light of the few facts I mentioned about Scavo and more, it is only fitting that Des Moines Public Schools is also home to Iowa's 2015 Alternative Educator of the Year and former graduate classmate of mine. Here to say a few more words about the progress at Scavo and to introduce another award-winning DMPS teacher is Principal Rich Blonigan. Rich?
Thank you. Good evening, Superintendent Ahart and board members. Yes, I want to echo a few of the words that Mr. Ahart spoke about Scavo and the changes and the improvements and the things that are going on. It's an awesome time right now. Most of you have had the opportunity to walk the hall of fourth floor and see the improvements and all the things that are going on just in the last few months and the great things that are becoming opportunities for our kids. So it is really an exciting time. Mr. Ahart also spoke about the full service component with the community partners, and I do want to just kind of mention a few of those, just to, again, to recognize the work of Lynn Marchant, who's our community schools coordinator, and she's working nonstop to, again, create more opportunities for our students and families. So I'm just going to name a few of them: Food Bank of Iowa, Delta Dental, Children's and Family of Iowa, the Work Readiness Program, Students Assistance Program, Des Moines Health Center, Community Youth Concept. So there's a variety of different partnerships that are being developed, all the way from dental needs for students to health to career readiness. So we're trying to cover the whole student, and I think that's the exciting thing, that we have the opportunity to touch students not only academically, which is extremely important, but also to support them in those social and emotional needs that also have an impact on them educationally too. So, so with that, I'll kind of leave that topic and then move to another important topic, which is Randy Botkin, who is the Iowa Association Alternative Education Educator of the Year. So we're extremely proud, and I've had the opportunity to work with Randy now know Randy for about 14 years. So I have a little bit of history with him and some background, and work with him as a teacher and as a principal. So with that, I'm going to introduce Mr. Randy Botkin.
Well, thank you, board members. It's a very humbling award, and it's nice to get recognized. But this award belongs to everybody at Scavo. All the educators, it's great to work with the staff who puts kids first every day and works with kids nonstop. The full-service school is going to be a major component of our curriculum and servicing all of the student. And I think that is the way that we're gonna head out, and it's great to have this recognition, but it belongs to everybody at Scavo.
The next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. We allow any person the opportunity to speak to the board for up to 5 minutes following the presentation of an agenda item. If anyone wishes to speak to an agenda item, please go to the information desk to sign up. Remarks must be germane to the agenda, and we ask that you avoid reference to personalities and character attacks, as those types of comments serve no productive purpose. As a reminder to the board and public, the board will not engage in discussion or deliberation with the speaker regarding comments made to agenda items. Discussion and deliberation will remain among board members at the board table, with speakers' comments informing said discussion, deliberation, and determinations as deemed necessary. We appreciate your input. Mr. Sweeney, do you have the motion?
Yes, I do. I move that the board approve the consent items in accordance with the recommended action for each item on the consent agenda, including bills previously authorized and certified by the secretary and approved for payment by the board chair in the amount of $1,876,781.06, and unpaid bills in the amount of $3,669,400.03.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I think according to our board policies, I think I'm going to ask number 7 be pulled, vote separate, because I'm going to have to recluse myself according to our rules. I disagree with that, but what it is what it is. So I would like it, number 7 pulled separate for a separate vote, please. Otherwise, I will have to recluse myself from all of them, and I don't think that, well, I just don't think that's right.
I certainly understand that. I think the trick here is, in my understanding of how we've been doing this, and this came up just a couple weeks ago, was that we have to amend the agenda before we vote to approve the consent agenda.
Yes.
Other people, so since we've already voted to approve the consent agenda, I don't think we can go back and amend it right now.
Well, then either I'm going to vote for the whole consent items, or because I'm definitely not going to recluse myself from all of them, because that's not fair to me because of that one issue. So you guys make the decision. You as the chair, make the call.
So, Mr. Chair, while I realize that our rules require that if an item needs to be pulled, it's pulled before we vote on the consent agenda, I think we could waive our rules, given the fact that our colleague has...
Well, this just came, as a matter of fact, when did this
days
come
ago.
on board?
A couple days ago.
Days ago?
A couple days ago, because it was
So,
ratified
I
over the
mean, if it
weekend
would've
by
been-
AFSCME.
Yeah.
Earlier, I would have, but as far as like the 48 hours or less,
Sure.
I'm just trying to play by the rules.
Absolutely. Well, I think in the spirit of collegiality, I'm certainly comfortable doing that.
Yeah, I think we should just pull it.
Absolutely okay with that. We have an active motion on the floor right now.
So how about we amend the motion that's on the floor to
Just
pull number 7 off, but vote on the balance of the consent agenda, and then vote on number 7 separately.
Is there a second?
Second.
Wait a minute, is that?
Take a vote on the
Vote on the amendment
amended-
first.
Right, I'm just making sure. So Ms. Caldwell-Johnson offered the motion.
To amend the main motion, which was to vote on everything and vote on item number 7
To pull number
separately.
7, and the
Correct.
second by
Mr. Sweeney.
Sweeney.
Mr. Sweeney. Do we have a vote?
So vote on the amendment?
Right.
Yep, voted on the amendment.
So can I vote on this?
You can vote on the
Yes.
amendment, yes.
The vote is 5-0.
So now we'll do number
Now we go to the main motion.
Amendment passes.
So now
We already have a motion
Right.
offered by
Right.
Mr. Sweeney. Is there a second to that motion as amended by our previous vote?
I don't think we have to do that.
We can just take a
I
vote.
think we
for
just
the
take a
main
vote
motion.
on the main motion, because we've already voted on the amendment.
7.
But we haven't there wasn't a second to Pat's motion.
I thought there was.
No.
Oh,
No.
I'll second that.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
We have a motion by Mr. Sweeney and a second by Ms. Caldwell Johnson. Please vote.
Getting complicated here.
So you're gonna,
I'm abstaining on number 7.
So now it's
right,
number
you're
7.
abstaining on number 7.
Passes 5-0. Now we will vote on consent agenda item number 7, staff compensation FY 2016 for AFSCME. Is there a motion?
You need to declare your conflict.
Do you want me to say why I'm abstaining?
Absolutely. You can do that at any point in time.
The fact that this is the ASME contract and I have a personal relationship, meaning a wife who works in the ASME group, according to our board policies, that makes the potential for a conflict where I could get gain from it. So I'm going to recluse myself, and I will continue with the comment, but that's where I'll stay.
Thank you. So I believe we have a motion.
Move approval of item number 7.
Oh, I'll second.
Motion by Ms. Caldwell Johnson, second by Ms. Bozen. Please vote. Motion passes with 4 yes votes and 1 abstention. Moving on. Next item on the agenda is a public hearing on the Midamerican Energy Electrical Easement at Smouse. Public hearing will come to order. Is there anyone wishing to speak to the Midamerican Energy Electrical Easement at Smouse? There are no. Hearing no one, I'll close the public hearing. Superintendent Ahart, would you please introduce the matter?
I recommend the board approve the granting of an underground electric line easement to Midamerican Energy for $1 at Smouse School.
May I please have a motion and a second to approve the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Sweeney, second by Mr. Howard. Please vote. The vote is approved, 5-0. The next item on our agenda is report on the 2015 summer meal program. Do we have a presentation on that?
No.
I think it's informational.
Okay. 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 So any discussion on this item?
I just think it's a great program. It's a great opportunity for our students to continue through the summer, and it's a great opportunity to provide meals and breakfast, it looks like, and in many, many locations, so a lot of our schools will be covered. So I think
Well,
nice that it's being offered.
I just think it's a great idea that when you have, of course, we don't have poverty in Des Moines according to some folks, but that's sarcasm, folks. But we, anytime we have the opportunity to supply to children an opportunity to have 1 or 2 meals where they went before, been able to get that, I think it's great. Bottom line is, I think anytime we can do that, it's in our favor.
I was going to ask, are the students in those specific schools notified of the availability? And
Yes.
I know that there's special programs, I think Oak Ridge and different places, don't they take part too?
Yep.
Okay,
Correct.
And,
There are a variety of non-school sites throughout the district,
Yeah.
parks, Salvation Army, a variety of places.
Yeah, and
but-
participation has been steadily increasing, and it's also been a nice way for us to connect with some other community programs, so they have access to kids when we pull them in for the food access.
So
Yeah.
it's not just a school program, it's much
No.
more than that.
Yeah,
Okay.
much-
I
much broader
wanted to
than
bring
that.
that out.
Yeah, thank you.
Hopefully that's not close by.
Any further comment, discussion? Okay, the next item on the agenda is items of privilege, chair's report. So I'm acting chair today. My only report is that I am not Cindy Ellsburn. Our chair is at the Great Bloom Mile today with her program, with her kids who are running that race, and so she regrets having to miss what I think is her first board meeting in 4 years. Very good record, and we look forward to having her back at the board table, me especially, next meeting. Do we have a superintendent's report?
I just want to say thank you to the operations staff. We are in the process of a mid-spring move from 901 Walnut Street to 2323 Grand, and that move will be moving our entire HR operations, business and finance, office of schools, office of the superintendent, and office of academics. I moved into my office this afternoon. It's not ready for visiting, but phone and computer are operating, and the entire move will be completed by the first weekend in May. So it's a big challenge with everything else going on, and that's a lot of important pieces of our district being moved mid-semester, but it's going very, very well, and the operations staff could not have made it go more smoothly. So I just want to express my appreciation to Bill and his entire team. That's all I have.
Great. Thank you. Is there any other discussion? All right. Meeting is adjourned.